Sun's rising over Sarasota. Guess what day it is? It is sea trial day. I'm excited.
Well, Amazon goes that everybody, criticize.
Let's take a look at them. I mean, first of all, I trust the guy who does this every day more than random commenters. But
They're 4-ply, they're silicone,
yeah, you can totally see.
but we're not comparing that blue one to the black one. We're comparing what you had in here, which was this not auto part. Get that? I'm not gonna get it. That is.
Oh yeah,
I'm comparing this to this.
yeah. So this has an interior sleeve. The red. I don't even know what that is.
Well, that's for heat.
Oh, okay.
It helps it with the heat. But
Yeah,
see,
this is
that's
bullshit.
just a regular.
This is like something on my pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you had before. That's what we replaced it, This blue stuff is a lot more expensive than that flux. And it's the same thing, it's just black silk. Looking this up yesterday, I noticed. Look at this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's broken here, and it's broken over here. So we're gonna have to have that piece made.
You take it off and get it to me. I'll take it to that shop we stopped in the parking lot.
Yep. With all my expensive holes, but look at it. And some both sides right here.
Yeah. It does look like it's still sealed, but that, I mean,
Well, how long can that last?
it's a millimeter. Did this hose need to be a little bit longer, or is it just, would you,
I would make it about 3 inches longer. Or
okay,
whatever.
because it's got a pretty good boom.
Yeah. Yeah, you got there's a lot of old hoses here. I'm not gonna tell you here, so buying them now.
Yeah, slowly.
Slowly, yeah, because otherwise you're gonna go bankrupt.
Oh, I know. Yeah, those hoses aren't cheap. It took him about 5 minutes. He's like, $210.
That's no. Those hoses for your fuel filters,
Mm-hmm.
are your oil filters. You know how much they quote each for those?
No.
Oh, almost $1,000. Fucking $500-600 per hose. And I said, well, these will last a little bit longer.
Perfect.
Let me tell you something, on a lot of these Detroits,
Mhm.
there's no way to pre-fill the fuel filter, so that's basically a wipe state. Because
Okay.
some of the filters, they go sideways.
Right.
How you fill it?
Yeah.
Can't.
So how, without a prime pump, how do we get this one?
I'm gonna try and use that one, pump into here. I'll try and invent something now.
I mean, if we just do it like a half-inch NPT hose or something, we do that?
If you want, we'll go to Napa and we'll get, push on hose and a couple of fittings and we can leave it connected.
With a couple of valves, yeah? So, Marcos, we would go this fitting to the same fitting over there.
Yeah.
Bigger than 3/8.
I take it you're one of the boat owners that actually goes in the engine room, takes a look around every now and then, right?
Oh shit, man.
Okay, because some people don't come in here for nothing.
Oh, I'm. If I go run the boat for 30 minutes, I do a full pre-flight.
My boat, before I go on a long trip or something, I go through every single clamp, tightening everything, making sure
Yeah.
everything's tight, because some of these, they do come loose.
Works. Ignore the blood.
Oh yeah, I got some too.
That's what I'm going to go get it. Two elbows come off of here. T-handle valve. Both sides. 12 feet of hose will route through there.
Okay, yeah, put 290s, one in each filter, and then the valves underneath.
Right. I'm just going to assemble the whole thing there just to prove it out.
Yeah.
So. When do you think you're starting?
Starting probably in about an hour. I'm gonna pressurize the cooling system. Make sure I'm not missing any plugs. I know I'm missing a sensor on this one. Somewhere in here, I'm gonna put it in there. Then start adding oil and get ready to calibrate.
How do you calibrate?
You gotta get the injector height when you get the valve lash and all that.
Yeah. This where you want to put the other one?
Yeah.
Oh. He's like an amateur. Let the Cuban guy do it. Come on. See? He's already got a better way to do it.
He knows how to break it faster.
I had no doubt he was going to take over. Good. Right. Forward under the race wars.
This way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be better.
Battery cables and shit there.
Just run it right through here.
Yep. And I'm gonna keep it place. They're in there and all.
Yeah, I think it's better off that way.
What do you mean? Shorten it?
When we're shorting it, you make it even longer, just like this.
Ew, make it there. Leave it.
All right, we'll put it there.
What am I? Yep. Let's do that. In here next. You want to do it? Coming out.
Yeah. Thanks for the rain. Anyway.
So those go to the solenoid, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fine products.
The golden trees, just up right there. One of them's supposed to go to the starter motor, and the other one's supposed to go to the starter motor on the positive side.
I don't know how you tracing them.
Well, it's got to go back here.
Well, I'm saying they're both going to the two terminals of the solenoid.
Yeah, doesn't matter which side goes on.
I mean, it's probably safe to assume your large terminal goes on the large nut.
Yeah. Yeah. And the small one goes on the small one.
Yeah. You be able to hear? Here, I'll do the thing. And first start. So with a successful start, now it's time to calibrate the engines on the rockers and the injectors.
Sun's rising over Sarasota. Guess what day it is? It is sea trial day. I'm excited. So this sea trial will be almost 7 months to the day since I operated this boat under its own power. So, if you've been watching along, if you're thinking this took 7 months to rebuild, it didn't. But it definitely took 7 months to find the right mechanic. I've talked about this in prior videos, but in the marine service industry, there's a lot of people out there who I think fall in one of like 3 categories. One is they're not necessarily qualified to do the work. And so if you don't know how to do the work, then they may appear qualified. But I am not a diesel mechanic, but there are signs you can really look at. And I don't mean just mechanics. I mean AC and toilets and those kinds of things. I've had 12 different providers come through our boat, and I've only successfully worked with 2 of them. So the rest of them either failed, a couple of them declined, which I think because they realized the work was too big. The second is, like, do they want to do the work? And so, I had mechanics come on board and they're like, oh, Detroit diesels are the worst. And I mean, some of you say that, right? I mean, people love their engines. And so, and they throw out a price that is insane. So they either don't want to do the work or they don't know how to do the work, and they give you that price. And so it took me probably 4.5 of those months just to find the guy at the appropriate price to do the work, who was, frankly, I don't know if I'd say he was excited to work on Detroit's, but that's what he does. And so, you don't have a good feeling if someone comes on and completely shits on your engines the first moment. So, completely rebuilt. And, some of you in your comments are like, pull them, put in Cummins. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. But, cutting holes in the side of the boat and a budget 3 times what we spent. Like, we have to be practical about these things. So, it's a good day, man. It's a good day. 7 months almost to the day since we operated this boat under its own power, and there are adventures to be had. We need to get out there.
Beautiful day for a sea trial. Almost not a cloud in the sky. Very little wind. Almost no wake. No waves. I hear engines.
Water. We are moving water.
Have another one here.
Okay, let's release. Keep your line. Yep. Can you tell me when I clear that island? It's funny. You can run as fast as we need.
Sea trial went great. A couple of gremlin-y things that we're gonna work on and some timing things, but we pushed it up to wide open throttle. She performed great. She sounded great. Not an ounce of smoke of any kind during the whole run. So it's about time to go take this boat on some journeys.